Hello, one. Hello, all. Welcome once again to Blaine's Escape Corner. Our little corner of the internet. We get together, we talk about the things that help us escape anime, video games, politics, drama, whatever helps you feel better. Little catharsis, little malaise, little, whatever it may be to get you through the day. We all need that little bit of enjoyment somehow, and we do it in a healthy manner by talking about it with friends rather than being all Japanese neat and cocooning ourselves into our homes and not interacting with anyone because that is unhealthy. So let's get some friendships. Let's build a community. Let's have some fun. Lol, it's 10. What world is it 10? It clearly says 7:01 on my clock. I don't know what kind of earth you live on. Rating gate? No, I clicked the button on time. I was still on time. The intro started while on time was still a thing. So I submit my accuracy for today. As soon as the Hallmark movie ends, you better be drinking if you're watching a Hallmark movie. It may be sober January, but Hallmark drinking games are forever. Kanpai, everybody. World full of political bullshit. Escape it by talking about politics. Something I've recognized is that you need to give people an outlet, and I think that the sort of the populist movement comes from a boiling point of people being like, this really sucks, but I'm like, this is my team. I'm voting for my team. Why isn't my team getting me what I need? Like, the other team must be stopping us. The other team's like ruining all this. But then they also think that their team's ineffectual. And so you have this boiling up of like, I'm not getting what I need or what I want that pops into this movement of people that are just like, fuck it, let's burn it all down. And I don't think you'd have that sort of burn down if everyone was more open with what they really think rather than just doing like a vote and go. So being able to bitch and yell, I think is it's useful. Like I said, catharsis. Catharsis is important for the human condition, I think. Do I like politics and drama? Name 3 people forced to seppuku by kiwi farms. Cat boy collar 1. I don't know. I don't actually think kiwi farms can force anybody to seppuku. That seems difficult. They'd have to like conquer the nation and then throw them a knife and stand there, and as soon as they gut themselves, they'd chop off the head. Like that doesn't seem like something a kiwi farmer would do. They seem a little out of that wrong weight class, we could say. You're in a parking lot at work watching a masked employee get into a car with a masked driver. I mean, maybe he's sick. I don't know. Yeah, someone is like, "Hey, I'm really sick, but I really need a ride." Yeah, but I'm really sick. I don't know. They're goofballs. They're goofy. Left Coast timekeeping. Best Coast timekeeping on the West Coast. Don't you forget it. I won't forget you. I won't forget you, Serranos. Good evening, Lucifer. Welcome, Geminier. Don't drink. Go rethink your life. Uh-oh. That's all right, Serranos. We'll figure it out. Serranos isn't on tonight. Summon Tim talks. I need the Tim. I need the power of the Tim content. Tamale steamer to stay warm. It's true. He's frozen. He's got no power. What is a man to do? Days Volt. 15 degrees, still rocking a hoodie. Nice winter weather. It is 30. I think we're in the 30s today. Let me check real quick. Yeah, we're at 34 right now. However, from midnight until about 2, we have a winter storm warning. So if that comes early, stream may get knocked out. I can't for sure say. I know my area won't necessarily get it till later, is what they're saying, but somewhere else might get snow. The stream might just cut off, and we'll just be like, well, I guess you'll get your anime escapism somewhere else tonight. But I'm gonna go until either nature or the waifu tells me to stop tonight. Mask. Mobile Armored Strike Command. It is good weather. Serrano's blood is name of tequila. He is warm. Serrano's blood is name of tequila? I don't think Serrano's could drink tequila. He doesn't like bitter things. All right, a little bit of housekeeping. Over in the Discord. I made a little at here chat for everyone, but it only went out to members and mods. So if you are a member of the channel, you now have a VIP chat room in the Discord, as well as a video requests channel for, you know, you can post videos you want me to play. You can post ideas for the channel. You're like, oh, Blaine, I think you should do a short on X, Y, or Z. You know, I'm doing construction and shit. You can have some videos from that and see where it goes. Also, there is an escapist voice chat room called Escapist Chat, where you can go as a member that is locked to anyone who is a non-member. So we'll coordinate something. We'll make that more. Politicians are zombies. I mean, if they weren't all so dang old, maybe someone could argue with that, but who knows? Does anyone use voice chat anymore? Sometimes. I pop into voice chat from time to time. Secret channel Discord that I'm not in, locked behind a paywall. Wow, that's a selling point. What do you mean a Discord that I'm not in? I'm in the Discord. Not in the Discord. Act like I'm not in there. Periodically. Post in a way. Ronan lives, reports of his demise. It's true. Ronan is alive. All right, everybody. We're so close. We are so close to 1,000. Where am I right now? Where is it right now? Oh, I got a new achievement. Congratulations on hitting 10 members. We actually just bumped up to 18 members. So, woohoo! Thank you, memberships. I feel like it was a gift. I don't know where that came from. We are at 896 subscribers right now. So we are 104 away. 104 more subscribers. And then we can finally start taking the big business money. We can finally start siphoning off some of their funds to pay for our anime. Video's blocked. I can't believe this video is still blocked. Get out of here. 4 more days. Jeez. Such a stupid system. It's like, hey, you can either fight this and we put it out, but you got to give us all your details, or you can fight this and you have to wait 30 days before it goes away. 106. Oh. My math. It's too late for math for me. Wait, what do you mean 106? No, we have 896. Hold on. 896 right here. Current subscribers. 1,000 minus 896. 104. I knew it. Get out of here. Still got my quick math. Don't forget about small fry when you hit 1K. Never. Can't ever forget about everyone. The thing with YouTube is, like, your subscriber count has nothing to do with like the quality of your content, right? Like there are 20,000 subscriber channels and there are million subscriber channels. And whether or not you want to watch the video or if the video is any good have nothing to do with the number of subscribers that channel has. Like the only channels that need the subscriptions would be if they were based on like, oh, based on what our subscribers are suggesting, maybe they'll get like more suggestions, more comments, like an old Jax Films or something that's doing comment etiquette might need more subscribers. But even then, I don't even think it's that important because you can just pull other people's comments. So it's like everyone who's mad that the Switch 2 is not going to be it's going to be as powerful as a PS4. And everyone's like, "Oh, boo, old tech. That's PS4's last generation. Why would you make the Switch 2 that powerful?" And it's like, A, does it have to be more powerful? And does more powerful mean better game? I haven't seen a console that's more powerful mean better game ever in my entire life. Now, I have seen some like, okay, certain games are possible or not possible before, a certain power level. Like, oh, we don't have enough RAM to be able to even store this in memory. But like, that doesn't make the game better or worse. That just means you got to get more clever with it. Let Nintendo, everyone has a Switch. They're doing something right. It's true. They do something right. It's true. Y'all need to check out the custom box for C's Candy. They have you mark percentages for each flavor. Wait, really? You don't just hand them the box and you just keep telling them like each one that you want? I don't have a Switch, but both of my children do. Look at that. 2 Switches in one house. Like, I have... Wait, do I? Do I have? Hold on. Oh, I don't. So at one point, I had 2 PS4s because I had the original PS4 and then I ended up getting the PS4 Pro because I had a buddy who worked at Sony and I could get it pretty cheap through PlayStation Store there. So I ended up with 2 PlayStation 4s. But how often do you get 2 consoles of a thing? Unless it's the Switch, and you're like, well, it's cheap and it's portable, and if we get 2, then 4 people can do stuff. Like, there starts to be reasons why suddenly you're like, hey, you know what? Maybe we do need a couple of these, and now every household has become a double sale, right? Ronan's got 3 Switches. Angry's got 2 Switches. You have 2 Quest 2. Wait, why do you have 2 Quest 2? Side-by-side VR experiences. Every Squaresoft game looked like an anthology album. Oh man, was Myst? Was Myst originally on multi-disc? But gameplay, dev, production, released on a Mac, ported to Windows. That looks like it was. Oh, Riven. This was the one. Okay. So Myst was a game that was practically a point and click adventure. Like you'd see a screen, you'd click things, and then you're solving. Like this is what the game looked like. Were these sort of really cool landscapes, and you would like click into places, and then you'd find the right thing to click, and suddenly something would happen, and you're trying to solve the mystery of like what's going on. And then the sequel came out, and the sequel was Riven. Riven was 5 CDs. This was my first multi-CD game I ever played, and you would get to certain points and you had to put in a different CD, and vice versa. It was wow. That I thank you, Stu. I hadn't thought about multi-CD gaming in a while. In a while. Oh, I didn't have any of that up there. Okay, this is what Mist looked like. You would click stuff in the game. This is Riven. This is all the 5 Riven discs. That was it's quite a thing. Kids don't share. Animate reviews now. I can't animate them, but I can give them. Band game. You have a Japanese lady that visits. She wears the fancy dress. The fancy dress. The only Asian fancy dress that comes to mind is like the Chong Sim, the Chinese dress. You think FF for the PS1 is 5 discs? I didn't have a PS1 or Final Fantasy for said PS1, but I do know it's multiple discs. But I never, I was never in that camp. I was rocking my N64 at the time. You know. Did we talk about Sign of Affection 2 last time? Have we already? I'll talk about that second episode. I feel like all of these are gonna be this one, definitely this one, also this one, that one, that one, this one, this one. We talked about that one, talked about that one, talked about that one. New here. Okay. Disc 2 through 5 were inheritance. You don't remember any 5 disc games? Maybe it had a maybe it had like the soundtrack or something. Final Fantasy 8 for PS1, discs 1 through 4. So there's that. The back ribbon one. I should know. I watch these damn Edo animes. Oh, like a yukata? Yeah. Oh, yukata. You literally wrote that. Final Fantasy 7 really had 4 discs. I don't know. We'll see. All right, anime review time. Let's review some anime. What are we doing first? Buchi Giri. Buchi Giri. All right. Look at this. Look at this cover. What is this show about? I mean, we got a foot. We got a fist. Okay, so we got some kind of foot fist anime. We got green hair tongue guy down here. We got some people with armbands. You know, I'm seeing some similar theming. We got red haired guy back here. This show is Tencho Tenji. I adore this show so far. What we have is we've got our main character, this black-haired kid here, is transferred to a new school, and it's like a school in a part of town he used to live in. His mom is hilarious. She runs this Chinese dumpling shop, and so she's making Chinese food, and she's a great character, very bouncy, very bubbly, and he's got his glasses, and he's going to school, and he's run into the whole school is just delinquents. All of them are delinquents. There's graffiti everywhere. Everyone is in one of the gangs, and the gangs are fighting all the time. It's great. It's great. And so we've got the new kid who's plucked in, thrown in, and it's like, let's see how he interacts with the gangs. We then take an interesting choice for at least from a Western anime. or a Western side of looking at anime, the this main red-haired guy is a pun. So in the show, they keep reading this kanji one way, but it's actually supposed to be read like the Majin. So like he's a straight up like Knights of Arabia Majin genie guy. But because of kanji, you could read it a different way, and so everyone reads it the wrong way, and so no one knows that it's about genie stuff. And so we get our magic that comes into it, some sort of like I'm guessing we don't have too much other than like intro, outro, and some other little signs here and there that there's going to be some sort of like, I've been fighting this other genie for 1,000 years and now I can finally fight him now. But we'll see how that opens up. We haven't really gotten too much there outside of the red-haired guy just saying like, I'll never find him with you. So it's like, oh, who's him? Him being the blue guy, because it's red versus blue. It's always red versus blue. I love the way that like this guy with the foot sticking out. I love his characterization. I love the way that he is just like crazy big and crazy strong, but also really nice. And then our little lollipop flower girl down here is great. I really, from the beginning, everyone knows what's up except our main character. So very fun to watch his interactions with her and how that first episode sets everything up. So Buchigiri, I would say watch it, and I would say get ready for some laughs and a classic anime high school delinquent fighting show that has reverberations throughout genie history. But do old hag get it right? Old hag. No, his mom is great. Anime MC with normal colored hair. It's the end of days. It's true. We get to learn to read kanji. It's true. I don't remember if I already talked about this, but Sign of Affection 2, Adorable Boogaloo, continues being what it is exactly. Our little girl who is trying to learn how big and cool the world is through this world traveling guy. Then we get introduced to a childhood friend who also speaks sign language, so we get more hand-to-hand signing, which is nice. This guy also can speak, so it adds that little bit of like, when someone else is saying something, he can then like translate for her, and there's a little moment where he tells her, he like signs to her what someone else is saying at a different table, and she's like, don't do that, that's rude. Because in sign language, it is actually considered rude to listen in on other people who you're not supposed to be, or who you're not talking with, right? Looking at someone from like across the room and seeing what they're signing to somebody else, it's considered very rude. So it was nice to see that even in Japan they have that same sort of that same idea going on. Can't have genie history without Solomon's ring. Solomon's rings, man, they bring the demons before him. It's a great book. Everyone should give it a read once. You say that, but they will read lips all day long. Something being considered rude and somebody doing it are two different things, Stu. You know this. Oh boy. Meiji Gekken. This show. Whew. All right. We start out in the very end of the Boshin War. And that leads into some amount of motivation for our character to find this woman. And our guy is currently running around as a what do you call it? The rickshaw driver, puller, basically rickshaw man. And he's also really freaking strong, which they show by having people try to beat him up, and he's not able to be beaten up. Even when they are, he's not fighting back, they still can't beat him up. So our main guy, really strong. So we already have a nice baseline of him versus like local authorities. And going from there, we also have in that Meiji era samurai who are like, we don't accept the new government. We're going to fight back. And so we're getting some of that political intrigue. We also have Britain. So the Brits are in here and they are having their own machinations and sending spies and doing things. So it's a really interesting time. But I was really bored the whole time. It's really weird. Not the whole time. I did have fun anytime this guy on the left, our main character on the left with this little fire stick here, he doesn't have a fire stick in his show, but our rickshaw driver, man, all the scenes he was in were fun. He's getting beat up and then he just kind of throws the cop into like the water and runs for it. He's fighting other people. He's just doing his job. All the scenes he is in, talking with people and having a good time, really fun, really enjoying. As soon as we go to like the samurai who are like planning the rebellion against the government, it's like, oh, snore. We're gonna get blah blah blah. His name is blah blah blah. We can't let these imperialists blah blah blah. And it's like, what? Can we go back to the guy that's like fun to watch and listen to? And then it's not until like near the end that we get some like exciting other characters who are using some unique fighting skills and stuff, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm back in it now. But it's a very, very long time between our fun main character and our interesting bad guys, I'm gonna say. And everything in between those two things is like, snore, I get it. We've been here before, and it doesn't handle it in like a new unique way. It doesn't handle it in a way that like keeps the energy going. It doesn't even have like a slowdown to like the new pace and then we like ramp back up or anything. It's just like, wow, this is really fun. We're in a meeting about business, and business meeting is business meeting. Meeting, business, business meeting. Oh, there's the guy again. All right, this is cool. Like it's not dynamic. It's just a wall. You just bonk, you just hit a wall. And I don't know if this show doesn't like pick up more with this main character bad guy as far as the storytelling goes, or these side characters get a little more interesting. I'm probably gonna drop it eventually. She's fallen for him early, so I'm happy it won't be 12 episodes to find feelings. Yep. She couldn't read the lips of the one dude with racist lips. Yeah. His lips are huge. Is this my speed? You talking about the Meiji Gekken? Episode 1, probably. I can't say that the whole thing will stay good yet, though. Like, the show, the animation, the voices, everything seems quality. So like there's quality work being done. I just don't have a feel for the actual storytelling yet to know. And besides, it's like the first week. I doubt it's been dubbed yet. So I wouldn't worry, Stu. We're probably not even English for you. Big thick lips. Yeah. And it's a white guy too. They just I mean white, he's probably Japanese, but like yeah, just some rando character has just big, thick, like Mr. Popo lips. And you're like, what? This is weird. Pon no Michi, the way of Pon. We learned more about Mahjong, and we learned an interesting thing about our main character, and that they don't know how to play Mahjong. She's like reading books and stuff. And it feels confusing, I think, for some people to understand how Mahjong works, because you're told, like, oh, you do 3 of a kind, 3 of a kind, 3 of a kind, 3 of a kind in a pair. And you're like, okay, I gotcha. But those 3 of a kinds need to be of specific tiles to get any points. So let me see if I can find a quick just image here. Let's get a Yaku. Um, these are kind of I guess this explains why why it's a little annoying. So these are Yaku. These are all of the Yakus that and there may be more Yakus as well in Mahjong. But basically it boils down to like if you just do pure straights, so you've got like 1 through 9 and then another set of 3 and a pair, that 1 through 9 counts. Similar to in poker, if you've got a bunch of garbage cards and then you have a pair, that pair means your hand has points. The same thing happens when you're playing in Mahjong. So your goal is to make a set of tiles that like each set of tiles is like a different card in poker, and you're trying to make a hand out of all those cards. And like it's as simple as if you're sitting in the seat that's like the western seat and you collect all 3 west tiles, that's a Yaku. You've got some points there. Or it's as confusing as some of these like Uradora. Like you have all of these tiles that are different, but then they happen to match with this other tile that's hidden underneath the game board. So it gets pretty esoteric for some of the more high-end Yaku. But for the most part, it's a very like just have fun in the game. And the fact that this whole episode is like we don't really know what we're doing and we're just having fun, but we know the basic rules. It's great because that's how everyone should start learning Mahjong. You always want to learn Mahjong with the Yakus off. Turn off Yakus and just play to be the person who's the first one to get 3 and a pair, right? Oh, thank you, Carl Carlson, for the sub. Awesome. We are on our way. Now we need 103 more subscribers needed to get that 1,000, and we can start taking YouTube's money. Thank you, everyone, for getting me one step closer to getting that Google Cash. Anyway, back to Mahjong. Game itself is super fun. Like if you just want to play it, trying to score it, trying to like figure out who won, trying to get to this next level of Mahjong is its whole nother thing of let's learn like take every hand in poker and multiply it by 5, and that's how many different types of things you're having to memorize, and then it interacts with stuff on the board as well. So very very fun that our little crew is like, yeah, we know how to play, but we're just like having fun at it. I really like that characterization. Overall though, it is still just a cute girls playing Mahjong show. It has there's not much else to it beyond that. Like we get a little bit of oh, this is why Mahjong's important to me, but not anything too deep. We'll play some later this year. Sure thing. We can do a members Mahjong game. Oh, elbows snapping. Hey, Blaine's Escape Corner. Brandon, the anime guy, raided my stream. That's how I found you. Thank you, Brandon, for the raid. Thank you, Carl, for following that raid. Next, Isekai no You. Isekai no You is a short animation. I found it on YouTube. I was like, this is out. Why can't I find it? It wasn't anywhere. So I Googled it and I found it on YouTube. Welcome,
it's on
Brandon.
YouTube?
Yeah, I just Googled it and I found it on YouTube, but it's raw. And the auto subs are not great. So
oh boy.
Maybe that'll be our project in the Escape Corners. We'll translate the episodes.
You know, that would be cool if you were to do that. That would
we can teach localizers how it's done.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, sweet. So, we got more subs coming in. Thank you, Brandon.
Oh, you're so very welcome. Yeah.
Matt Cave Gaming popping up and Low Spec Linux Laptop.
Yep. They're my buds. I just got done having the Matt Cave on. We talked some Japanese gaming, some controversies, the localizer crap. Of course, the bad localizations isn't just an anime or manga problem. It's also a game problem.
And, it's true.
Yeah, it was a fun time, and I thought I'd just pop in, say hi, see how you're doing. And you're talking mahjong or mahong, or how's it pronounced?
Mahjong, yeah, you got it.
Mahjong.
Yep.
I still find it hilarious that this show, reincarnated to run the hot spring in another world, or however it's pronounced, is it's on YouTube. That just seems weird to me. But
Yeah.
what
And
do I
it's
know?
not even on like a channel. This channel has 30 subs. It's I don't think it's supposed to be on YouTube. I think it's probably on like Billy or like one of those other websites.
Yeah, yeah, it was supposed to
But
be on
this
one of
is
those,
this
from
is
what I
where I
remember.
found it was just searching for it. And it sure is an anime about people in a hot spring, but also I think up to here is like the intro, right? So it's
Hmm.
128 of intro, and then what is that, 3.5 to not even 3.5 to get to the rest of the episode. So
Wow.
it's a little tiny thing. It's cute. It's just a bunch of people that happen upon a hot spring that's sort of out there, and they all want to use it, but this guy's like already in it. It seems it seems cute and silly.
Yeah, it did seem like a lot of fun. I did eventually, I just deleted it because I couldn't find it. But now that I
Exactly. You're
know that
like, how
it's
do I watch? Where's the links? Because it's like official site and Twitter. And it's
yeah.
like, okay. Is it on Twitter? Like, if I click this, do I get to watch it now?
No, not yet, but
No.
eventually, hopefully we'll get a more up to speed release of it. It shouldn't take too long to do a proper localize, I won't even use that word, a proper translation, and then a quick cleanup. You would think that an AI system could do that for just a 3-minute show in like 5 minutes, something like that. It should be able to do it. So
Yeah, I think you may run into problems with how much Bath language people are using.
that's true.
That might be confusing for just doing like straight up translation, but I don't think. I mean, it's 3 minutes. Like you could you can watch it and you can type and then you can Google and figure it out. Like it's not the worst. And like I said, you got YouTube, so you will have auto correction and like you can submit corrections to their auto translations. So we'll see if we can make it a little more correct at the end of the day.
Interesting. So, all right. I know that we're only, what, 2 weeks or so into the current season.
Yeah.
You're talking at you're. Let me ask you the question here in just a minute. So keep going with what you're doing. Just
Okay.
pretend
Okay.
like I'm not even here for a minute.
You're not here. Wrong way to use healing magic. I'm glad I listened to Serrano's. It is not just safe for work redo of healer. It starts out like the shield hero or redo of healer, where they're like, "Whoa, this guy's got magic power," and then everyone starts freaking out, and like, "Get him out of the castle" and everything. But then you find out it's because the current person that has healing powers is just a demon of a trainer, and they don't want him to get stuck with her because he's not technically a hero. But he gets pulled into by the demon trainer, and she starts working him to the bone. And it reminds me like as I'm watching the show and I'm seeing him start to use his magic powers, I'm thinking to like Eddie Hall and these other bodybuilders that say, I am not a better lifter than anyone else. I'm a better healer than anybody else because they
Mm,
rest, they go in their hyperbaric chambers, they're eating all their macros, they're doing everything they need so that when they're not in the gym, their body is building muscle. And as this guy is running, as this guy is working out, as he's going through the training, you see the green glow of his magic start healing him. And so he's running, and as he's running, he's healing his muscles as they're tearing up. And so guy gets jacked, and it's really hilarious when the girl is like, "Can I touch your muscles?" Because she's all into the isekai, and it's funny, it's silly, and it feels like we're gonna get some really good scenes coming in the future on this one.
I see.
No one's getting raped.
Well, this is one that I didn't pick up. I
Yeah,
don't
I didn't
remember.
either because I was like, healing magic in another world. I don't need another one of those. Like, let's move on from here.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No.
it's actually quite a bit of fun.
Oh, that's good.
I think the best part about it is that it starts out with that like oh shit, get him out of here. Like, we can't have it. And everyone seems really mad and angry. And he's like, what is this? And it's a really good fake out when you finally have the person show up to take him away. And everyone was just scared for the guy, not scared of the guy. And you're like, oh, okay, this is a little bit more unique. And like everyone hates the trainer for some reason. So we'll like get into that more, I think. But
Hmm.
overall, I think it's well executed, is what it is. It's nothing new, but it's well executed.
Okay.
Must be
That's
about the taxes.
yeah. I'm still behind on stuff, so I can't add any more. I don't feel like adding anymore, but at
How
least
about
it's working good
Hokkaido
now.
Girls?
Okay,
Are you watching Hokkaido Girls?
I did.
Episode two is great.
I haven't seen episode 2 yet, but I was hearing thunderings and grumblings that the localizers bastardized this one.
How?
I don't know. I saw a blurb about it and I haven't been able to find it since, but I saw the
Meh.
blurb, so I'm
I
hoping that
watched
that's
I
not the
watched
case.
it subbed. It was fine. Everything works out. I mean, what you're dealing with is a Gadu in Japan who is naturally going to be shortening, hyphenating, changing words, and you're gonna have to find a way to take that hyphenated Japanese slang and turn it into an American subtitle that sort of makes sense. And
Hmm.
like, there's some that don't quite work out. Like, I think in one of them it said amazing Ying or something. Like it was a weird way that they wrote the subtitle for amazing. And I'm getting these off of 9 Anime, so it could be a fan subber for
Uh,
all I know. But it could be pulled from Crunchyroll too. The Japanese is sort of just like this duplication of the inner word from amazing. And so it's interesting to see what they have to do. But nothing that's been like it's only been that like, oh, that's how you chose to write it, not, oh, I don't think that's how you'd write it. Like, so far I haven't been confused by anything. Plus it's in Hokkaido and it's at these snow festivals. I've been to the snow festival they went to way out there. It is a ton of fun. If you're ever going to Japan in the winter, definitely go up to Sapporo, go to Hokkaido. It is a fantastic place to go.
awesome. I need to watch the next episode that just dropped. I've watched the first one on Crunchyroll. I didn't notice anything myself, but yeah, we'll have to see. And as far
Carl,
as
what's a game that's made in Singapore? I'm unaware.
yeah, and even if it was, I don't have a problem with any other country doing it as long as it's right. So yeah, this one's good. I like it.
Good. Skimichi. I like the first episode in this entire series that we've not followed our main character religiously, and we're getting the intro story for two other humans that were reincarnated into this world, and actually the ones chosen by the goddess, who's an ass to our main character, to be the heroes of the humans. And we get some intrigue behind the scenes with them, sort of how their thing is being set up and started. And we know that like the humans are fighting the demons, but then how do the monsters sort of interact with that? And so we're setting up the other side, and it's it's well done if you're watching it in full context of the entire show. If you're just watching season 2 and you don't remember season 1 and you're watching this first episode to sort of tell you where our main character's at, and then watching the second episode that jumps all the way back to the beginning of the story to tell us how this other faction started, it can get a little confusing. Waifu had a few questions while we were watching it, but if you just keep in mind that we're just now showing the beginnings for the other side of the fight to come, then I think you'll be right on. I'll be interested to see how they interact, because even though these other two people are summoned and they're considered heroes, one seems more like they're on the set of Real Housewives, and the other one doesn't seem all that strong or cool or important, and maybe is more of a just a wild berserker as opposed to an actual hero. So we'll see how the interaction goes, but I think it's well set up.
I haven't seen the first season, so I
All
skipped on
good.
this one.
Tales of Wedding Rings.
Yeah, this one turned but
I
yeah,
mean, I watched the intro
yeah.
because it didn't have the skip intro button yet on the websites that I go to. So I was just clicking through to find the end of the intro. But the end of the intro's got our main character in a bed with all of these other ladies. And after that initial one where it's like, oh, here's your ring and everything. And he's like, oh, there's 4 more rings. It's like, oh, of course there are. Why else would this intro have existed if not for all 5 rings needing to exist? So I'm a little upset at the spoilerification of intros to anime. But I mean, we kind of saw it coming when they ran away. So I'm excited for it. I'm curious, of course, to see how he interacts with everyone. If all of the princesses are going to be sort of like opposed to the Ring King, or if, you know, there's another one that'll just be like, oh, show up and get the ring and go. Like, one of them needs to be easy. Like, they can't all be like, I have to convince this entire people group that they need to like a Zelda game. It's like, the Zoras need water. And you're like, oh, God, I have to fix everything everywhere else before people will help me save the goddamn world. Like, oh, the Gorons are hungry. Now we gotta go get them rocks. It's like, I get that we get a good game out of it, but like, come on, guys. We're trying to save the world. Who cares about your rocks right now? Like, some of the princesses have to just join. They can't all be the, I don't want to join you. I'm scared. I'm nervous. I don't like you. Wind and all that other crap.
Yeah. I need to watch the second episode of that. I haven't yet, but yeah.
It's good. It's good. Also, it has a sequence that actually caused air to leave my nose quickly while I was watching. There's a moment near the very beginning of sort of the second half of the episode. There's a moment right on the edge of the forest, and I think you'll laugh too. It was pretty silly. Saskia and Peeps. You watch Saskia and Peeps? You should watch Saskia and Peeps. No? Okay.
It is on video.
Hold on a sec. My Weebling is complaining about something not working. Hold on.
That's all good. I'll talk about Saskia and Peeps. Saskia and Peeps, episode 2. A little bit of a slowdown, all right? We had 40 minutes of wild here, there, now this, and we were tracking with it. We were going with it. Everything was going to be fine. And it felt like we just kept building like a bigger, more interesting sandwich. And now that sandwich is on our plate, and we're like, oh, it's a really cool sandwich. And then they added like our a side, right? They gave us some French fries. So we got a little bit of new with this sort of magical girl that disappears into the night. We don't really get much of an explanation on it, but that's okay. Overall, we're just being introduced to more of the psychics. We're getting introduced to more of how Earth is dealing with this, as well as a little more political intrigue in the other world where it's like, the other kingdom might be not so happy with us, so we need to prepare for that. So overall, I think it was a really good second episode. It slowed up enough with the new stuff it was throwing at us, but still gave us a few hints to more to come. So still enjoying this show quite a bit.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Although I think I was expecting more, but we'll see how the third episode is.
More?
Yeah, when I saw the thing, it's like Peeps being, or Peachon as his actual name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's okay, but I think I was expecting more, and I'm not seeing it, so I'm just like, oh. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
What I mean, I'm just shocked. Like, what else would you want? We got reverse isekai, transfer isekai, making money in another world's economy, starting a restaurant. We got
he wants to retire.
Superpowers.
Yeah, it does have quite a bit going for it, although
there's a lot. Like, I could see someone being like, it's got too much. I think it needs to focus in on one thing. Like, that's a criticism I would understand. Wanting more. You're wild. You're wild, man.
Well, you know me, I'm a wild and crazy guy. Oh,
I suppose.
I love this one. This is funny, and the fact that that people are freaking out over a pinup of the elf fully garbed, and oh my word, you can see her arm, you can see her forearm. That's enough to make me want to keep watching it. Plus, the subject matter is just hilarious.
Are people freaking out, or are they trolling?
No, there were a bunch of the blue-haired Landwell brigades that started throwing a fit about Trigger doing a pinup of the elf in her garb that she's wearing, and her hair is undone and you can see her arm. That's it. And they've been freaking out about it. Yeah, it's stupid. This is a fun one. This one I am thoroughly enjoying. So
Okay. Yeah, I think it's a nice second episode. We get a little bit more of the next character, in our what the hell is his stupid name? Our little halfling boy, Chilchuck.
yeah.
Chilchaku. So we get a little bit more as to what his character is like. Not so much like a backstory or anything like that, which is nice. We don't flash back to see his childhood learning about traps. We just see him working and doing his job and being serious about it and sort of getting his characterization through him just doing his work. Pairing up the traps with the next set of food. Love it. I think I'm excited for a little more. I think this is where I come into that sort of same thing you were talking about with Saskia and Peeps is if it's just move to next area, cook next monster, it's gonna get sort of repetitive, redundant. We need to step it up. Like I like that everything is based around the food, but we need something else. Like maybe there's a troll that we need to feed in order to get past, and we have to figure out how to feed the troll something interesting, or
Need some danger.
just something that takes us away from the cooking show of the week, right? Because we are in a dungeon at the end of the day. Like we need the danger.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But so far, yeah, I'm liking it. I'm good with it.
Yeah, I don't like 80,000. That one was boring in its setup. Demon Prince of Momochi House, episode 2. Still good. If you made it through episode 1 and you were like, yeah, I could give that another episode, give it another episode. We've set up our main overarching plot for the entire show, as far as or not our main plot, our main goal for all of our characters to solve. We've identified a little bit more about why this house has so many Ayakashi around it. We've opened up it's a very, very good combo of episode 1 sort of taking our main character, throwing them into a weird place, surprising us with like what's going on in this weird place. I say surprise. If you go to a Japanese house in the middle of nowhere and it's not full of yokai, I would be more surprised than having yokai and Ayakashi all over the place. But we get our weird intrigue, and then episode 2 sort of settling back down, showing us our characters, identifying what's going on like at the house overall, and setting up a main goal for everybody. Really, really well executed. The whole thing still looks really good. And I can't wait for the Fujoshis to tell me how much they want everybody to touch each other. So got that going for it.
I didn't do this one, so
I would not recommend it based on your other tastes.
Yeah.
Now, if you told me like Fruits Basket is your favorite anime in the world, I'd say you better be watching this one. You say you like long-haired asexual demons, you got to be watching this one. But I don't get that from you when we talk. So
no, that's I'm good without most of that. So
last, Fluffy Paradise, 3rd episode, and an interesting episode at that. She has the power of petting animals, which basically means anything in the world will let her pet it. But then we see a horse that's like, nah, I'm too cool for school. And it doesn't last long, but the fact that something resists, and it's not like a magic horse, it's not like, oh, this is the great horse of the West or anything like that. It's just like the lead of the herd. And to see that, I was like, wait a minute, what is her power at the end of the day? Like, I get it that like eventually she gets to sort of tame the horse. But at the other end, I'm like, wait a minute, I don't understand his power anymore. So that aside, adorable episode. If you want some brain bleach so that everything that happens on the internet and in the world just washes away, watch this show. Watch this little girl with her goofy little stubby legs, a little chibi body, getting into trouble, getting praised, helping out, and being treated like she is just like a little girl. And it's great. It's friggin' fantastic. And now she has like a little tiny hawk that's like a little bird friend that sits on her shoulder. So it's a freaking It's adorable. This show is adorable. Are you watching this one?
Oh yeah, I'm enjoying the crap out of this. It
When
it's
you
such a
watch
palate
it, does it
cleanser.
remind you of the old Masterpiece anime?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the what like the was it the do they did like Jack and Jill? What there's a name for those. Fansite will correct me on like what it is, but there's like a whole period of anime from like the 70s and 80s.
Oh, they did all the classics.
Yeah, they did all the
Yeah,
classics. This
I do
show
like those.
has that feel with the way it's drawn, like the way the animals are drawn, the way they move, the way that the characters are kind of hazy. Like there's just something about the whole thing that feels like those old masterpiece shows.
Yeah, yeah,
What are
exactly.
those
It's
called?
it is fun, and I finished the second season of A Sentence of a Bookworm while I was up at the ski lodge yesterday with the kids, so I enjoy that one. But this one's funny. It's it's definitely a palate cleanser, and for some of the stuff, we've got to have something to offset the insanity, like with Chain Soldier or with uh, our Mohu Shoju, who likes to get who likes to deal likes to deal out the BDSM.
Yeah.
Yes, Heidi Girl, the Alps, all of those.
Yeah, like this whole era. This is what this show feels like.
Yes, that it does. Well, thanks for having me. I do need to go and hang out with the kids for a little bit before I send them to bed. And I do want to share just one thing though.
Yeah.
It's a fun
Share
meme.
share a few things.
Just remember, punctuation matters. Remember that, everybody. Punctuation matters.
Remember your commas, everyone.
Yep. All right. And with that, I am going to take off. It was good to see you tonight. And yeah, you have yourself a wonderful night. And yeah, you take
I
care.
will. Thank you. Thanks
You
for the
bet.
raid. Love you, buddy.
Love you too, buddy.
All right, now that he's gone. Oh my goodness. All right, let's pull up Zomboid. They did a whole lot of classic literature anime back in the day. I thought it was called Masterpiece Anime, but when I googled Masterpiece Anime, I didn't get uh just a list of those anime. But like there's Anne of Green Gables they did, there's the Heidi one, there's a whole bunch of those. I swear they have a name, but it escapes me for now until someone corrects me and gets it right for the record. Play some Gang Beasts with the kiddos. I love Gang Beasts. I okay. So here in Seattle we have PAX, and I was at PAX and I played Gang Beasts for a while. And Docion, one of the programmers, who actually he put his cat in the game as like a fursuit Kigurumi, and we were having a blast. And he's like, "Hey, we're doing this after party over at the Hard Rock Cafe." So we go to the after party at the Hard Rock Cafe, and they have this whole it's this whole buffet and everything. But what it turns out, what I didn't know about Gang Beasts is that it was double fine. So I'm at this event, and in the corner is Tim Schafer, and I'm like, holy crap! It's like video game royalty. What am I doing here? And it wasn't like a big event, like we're in a crowd and he's in like a VIP. He's just at a table, and you just be like, hey man, love what you do. Thanks for helping childhoods be great. Also, stacking is one of the best games I've ever played, and your money made it happen. So I don't know how much of a hand you had in it, but I know that Double Fine made that game occur. So thank you much, sir. And then they had an entire um, championship with Gang Beasts, and so everybody went on stage, and every cycle, whoever won stayed on stage, and everybody else left. And I never left the stage. I went up and I was the chicken, and I was throwing everybody off that game. I was dominant as the chicken. Like the live DJ was like chicken wins the whole time. It was my time. It was my gaming. It's the only thing I could do. It's called World Masterpiece Theater. I'm going to take your word for it. Let's see. Bingo. Thank you. That's what it was. When I think Masterpiece Theater, I always go to this PBS like page that does the Masterpiece Theater. It's the World Masterpiece Theater. That's what changes it into the proper Masterpiece Theater. Welcome, Stu.
We doing Zomboid?
We doing Zomboid. And it looks like it's the right size, so that's cool. Somehow the game was like, oh yeah, I could be bigger now. I don't know why it was suddenly like able to be bigger now.
So you mentioned you don't like spoilers in anime openings. My son actually complained about that recently.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he goes, "Why do they do that? I know what's going to happen now. I think."
You at least know what the characters look like that you need to keep an eye out for. It is very annoying.
What's going on, Nico?
No, don't rip me, fan site. What's going on, Nico?
It's okay, fan site. He's going to die.
Oh, that rip. Yeah, that makes more sense. World Masterpiece Theater is an anime series that showcases an anime version of a different classical book or story each year. On Sunday on Fuji TV, it aired from 69 to 97. Wow. That's a lot of years. And from 07 to 09. Interesting comeback.
I still remember Noozles on Nickelodeon.
Noozles?
Noozles.
Okay. So do I just go to host game, or is there a way to like restart the old game?
No, you just host it, and we should pick up wherever you left off.
Okay. Sounded
that might have
disappointed
actually
you're
been
here?
my first
No.
anime. I just didn't know it because I just, I watched it when I was over at daycare.
Noozles?
Noozles. I think it was anime.
How do you spell noozles? Nooz? Maybe?
Yeah. The Wondrous Koala Blinky. A 26 episode anime by Nippon Animation Company. It was
It's
Fansite knows what I'm talking about.
It's pretty anime. Wondrous Koala Blinky Noozles. This guy?
Yeah, that's it.
Huh. Yeah, I've never seen the
Came
koala
on
anime
Nickelodeon
from
for a couple of
1984.
years. I guess they had.
Oh, Saban brought it over. That makes sense.
Well, they brought everything.
Thanks,
over.
Saban, man. They brought us everything.
Ronin Warriors.
Power Rangers. All right, what am I doing?
What is going on? Why is there a dead hooker in your room, Blaine?
Were you not here when we were playing last? This is not my fault. It's just I've been tearing everybody's clothes to make rope.
I can explain.
I thought it would be important. And then I just came in here and started exercising because I figured it'd be smart to exercise.
What kind of exercises you doing in here, Blaine?
I was just doing squats. Time for some squats, all right? Leave me alone.
Look like Dennis and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's get these. No, I need that to be on the other. Why does that reset? When I go into my sound settings and I make an app always play on a specific sound option, why do I have to reset it? Very frustrating. You need to email me your logo or whatever you want your.
Oh
your
yeah, I got a
info
whole
image
lot.
to be.
I got a whole lot of that. I was thinking about that today. I just got so much going on.
I get you.
You can hit the escape button and invite.
Oh, you need an invite. For some reason, I thought you would have had a. It says allow. It doesn't even say like.
No. It's whoever you have. Yeah, you just sent the invite to
Not even
Billiam.
in. Connection lost.
Oh crap! What happened?
I'm back. I'm back. I'm telling you, I got a winter storm coming, so at any moment this zombie fun time could be stopped forever. Alex Moore, I will see you tomorrow for Waifu Wednesday. Have a good night.
Bye, Alex. Glad you got your reviews. Can I
You
review
guys will.
Jujutsu Kaisen?
Sure.
I have
Are you gonna
no
talk
idea
about
what the
how
hell's
the
going on.
Are you gonna talk about the creator is gonna start his own studio?
That's cool. I hope he makes more
I just saw an
comprehensible.
image. I don't actually know if this is comprehensible event.
Comprehensible storylines.
No, I just want them to be able to make quality show without having to worry about like Mappa's slave driving. That's all. That's all
I
I'm
don't.
looking for.
I guess I'm uneducated on that. What's the whole story behind that?
That's like the beginning and the end of the story is that Mappa has slave-like working conditions.
So Disney, basically.
Yeah,
Without the
I'm not
DEI.
hearing like, what was that Chinese company that put up the suicide nets? I don't think it's like that. But
Can
it's
you send me
not.
another invite? Mine didn't.
It's like a
Game
permanent
popped up.
invite. I don't know.
You did, but for some reason, Zomboid's still a bit buggy.
Okay. All right, let's try that. I should have been a carpenter. Where do I get a carpentry book?
You find them around the wherever.
Oh, I need to make sure I got my baseball bat. Put in both hands. Put on my school bag. Cool. Where's my... Am I hungry? I'm hungry. I'm also bored. And feeling a little sad. Feeling a little sad. Okay?
You drink alcohol or you drive around, that'll make you not bored. Or fight zombies.
Or fight zombies. Okay, I'll go find a zombie to punch. Map is Disney. They could actually deliver quality. Disney had quality for many, many decades.
Yeah, back when the Disney sweatshop thing was going
Poor
on. I
Nico's
mean, that's
only
back
ever
when they're
known
putting out
crap
Aladdin,
Disney.
Lion King, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Lion King was great.
Why won't it?
Oh, I'm stuck. Stuck in these trees. Because why Alex is out of the loop. He leaves to listen to his 40K books. Why do you have such good camera equipment for 13 people to watch? Because I have high quality, lots of stuff that I've been collecting over the years. This camera, actually, we originally got for doing Japan photos, Japan videos and stuff, but it's a micro 4/3, so it's like $100, and the thing just kind of hooks up into your system. And like LED white lights are super cheap. And I'm a big proponent of build before the people, right? Oh, there's a lot of zombies.
I don't know why it's not letting me in.
Yes.
Back.
Run.
Create space. Turn.
I'm a visual file. I am more of an audio file, but I still hate the way my audio sounds. Just because I like good audio doesn't mean I can make good audio. I sit here just hating how my audio sounds the whole time. Come on,
I
die.
don't make it, but I know what it sounds like when it's good.
It's true. I think everybody understands that a little bit, you know? Even though he's colorblind. Yes, it's true. I have my wife do my color balance. These 10 tricks will make your YouTube channel better than ever. And it's all 10 of them are have someone with good ears or with good eyes see or do thing. Yes, okay, good. Am I not bored? I'm still a little sad though, but I'm not bored, so that's good.
Yeah, the sadness, you can get rid of that, I think, with alcohol too.
Yeah, I know. Look at all of these people with all of their clothes that I could be tearing up to increase my sewing skills or whatever.
I've got, I just hit 1,800 kills on my, with the character
other...
I've got on my, me and my buddy's server.
Oh, nice.
It's just us two against the world.
I can't make art, but I can tell a banana taped to a canvas is shit art. Yes, okay, good.
All right, I should be popping up soon.
All right, I'm going to kill this guy.
Careful. I try not to get them while they're falling over the fence because sometimes they get really weird and...
Oh! Okay.
Yeah. I wish I could climb.
Moderate exertion. Take a break. Okay, I'm going to go take a break.
I'm on my way.
What do you want them to glue it? Yeah, they got to use some JB Weld. Now that's art. You start sticking bananas to stuff with some JB Weld, then I'll be like, well, you know, that's pretty impressive. Oh. I thought you were a zombie. What is this? Unpleasantly hot. Yeah, you better be unpleasantly hot, fatty. You're at 104 still. We build a guild and make art great again.
Oh, did I crash out? Damn, gone it.
Oh, this game does not want us to play together. It could be the winter storms. Our wires are incompatible. I'm sleeping now. I'm interested to see like what you can build in this game.
Yeah, the carpentry, like there's a big patch coming out. Hopefully first quarter.
Right.
And it's got a lot of, like you can start raising livestock like chickens.
That's when you call the ISP. Call the ISP and have them say, what? It's cold. Like, the wind's blowing. The wires are waving. What are they supposed to do? Why was that?
It's looking really questionable in this building.
Which building?
Your building.
What's wrong with it?
Meh.
I just went through and clicked everyone and kept tearing up their clothes to make rope.
Dead people in their underwear just lying around like the beginning of damn Smoking Aces.
I don't know what tearing cloth is supposed to help me with, but I keep doing it. Do we not need all this cloth? I mean,
it's good for like when you get scratched to bandage your arm.
Okay. So it's got some first aid help. That'll be good. Alrighty. Do you have words about the caucus? Were you surprised at all?
Me?
Yeah, you. Were you surprised by the caucus?
I mean, Vivek dropping out was pretty funny. I mean, nothing. It didn't really surprise me all that much, other than apparently Nikki Haley gave a victory speech about coming in third.
Yeah, that seemed weird to me. It was almost really funny, like towards the beginning when it looked like she was going to come in second, and it would be like, "Oh, DeSantis, you should just leave, just go."
Yeah, I thought that's what I had heard, and then I looked up when I came downstairs after streaming. I looked up the TV, and I was like, "He's in second.
Yeah,
We've already called it."
He was in third for a minute there, right at the beginning, back when like Vivek, I think, had like 10% because they'd only counted 5 votes. But yeah, pretty standard, pretty much the way everyone assumed it would be. Now the only question is gonna end up being like who's gonna be the VP.
And
then
the
the real question that everyone needs to
Mike
ask
Pence.
is, are all of these old ass people gonna survive the next year? That's the real question.
Oh,
like I've
COVID's
got
not a
family
thing anymore.
members and like people that are pretty old. Like I've seen old people, but like
Look,
when you get to a certain age, at any moment you could just fall down dead. Like he could have too hard of a shit, both of them, and suddenly they're just like dead on a toilet.
Biden has got through the entire presidency, or so far anyway, with dementia. And not only then, he had dementia when he was on the campaign trail before that. So, I mean, if he can make it.
Yeah, but
of course, he sold his soul, so.
I mean, at some point, fall down. There you go.
There should be ammo in here.
Just
Lots of
the
goodies.
police.
There's a jail not far from here, and it's full of
cops
and convicts.
Ooh.
It's also got lots of ammo.
This is the first place I started. I'm starting to hear that noise more, even when they're up. That extra splurty bit.
Yeah.
There's 2 more in that room coming. 1 in the hallway here.
Oh, 2 in the hallway.
2 in the hall. Up.
Get out, get space. Whenever you're...
Shoot! I'm coming into the other door. Yes! No!
Always know your exit. Always be ready to create space.
All right, I'm outside. How far back do you go? I'm huffing puffing. I'll be honest. I'm still overweight. I went like everyone who is in denial expected it to go. Oh, are these cop cars able to be opened?
I should have some gear in them too if you can break into them.
Do I want to like physically break it with like the bat?
Yeah, and this is one of the buggy things. It's difficult to click on it where it says, because you can have an option to bust out window with your bat, and then you can get in and unlock the whole thing, right?
Right. That would,
But
I mean, that kind of makes sense. Except it's a cop car. I don't know you're really breaking a cop car window with a bat.
Yeah, this is back in the 80s.
This is all just bad glass back then. Why am I feeling sad? Also, where is my pain?
You're fat?
Oh, exercise fatigue. No, I'm fatigued!
Oh, yeah.
No, it told me I get exercise fatigue.
What weight unit? How much
104 units.
Huh?
104 units. But it's got an arrow down next to it, so hopefully I'm going down to 3. How many weight units are you?
I think you start off at 80.
Oh, geez, I am way
Once you
over
get
that.
down to 100, you're just overweight. You're not obese.
Got it.
And then I think, because I did the same thing on my current guy with the 1,700 kills. He's got
Leon needs a beer when I steal a
he's
squad
at
car.
91 now, and he started where
True.
you were at. That's been a grind. Starving myself. All right,
Yeah, it's
so I'm gonna go up to the
how do I fix the X?
cop
Do I
car.
just sleep? Like, what do I do?
Smash front left window.
Now I'm moist.
No.
Oh, you right click on the car and just say what you want to do?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
You get the right skills, you can hotwire.
Hey, I found a fireman. He's got a fireman helmet. We're gonna do a village people thing, maybe? We got a
Box
firefighter,
of
a
308
policeman.
rounds, box of shotgun shells, a 4x scope.
How do scopes work in this game?
You attach them to. You can attach them to your weapons for better accuracy.
Gotcha. But it just improves your accuracy. Was there anything in here I need to grab or
There's a first aid kit you might want to in the back of this trunk.
tarp? Tactical walkie-talkie? Super nice. First aid kit, grabbing it.
You want some
Siphon
cigarettes?
gasoline.
Peer pressure.
I'm gonna open up the hood, I guess. The condition's 92%. It's a Chevalier Niala. The brakes are all doing pretty good. We're blue across the board on this guy.
Up behind you.
He's coming.
I got him. I don't like fighting too close because it seems to glitch out at times, and you never know who it's. It's always going to be the wrong time for that. Ooh, we got a crowd.
How do I break the window?
Right click on the window, and hopefully you'll get.
I just keep getting siphon gasoline. I can't.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't like about it. They don't make it very. Isometric view kind of gets in the way. Like it's not a super polished game, but premise is really fun. These guys.
Maybe it's because I just have a bat. Maybe I need like your crowbar.
I'm gonna go make some noise.
Make noise.
Yeah.
Should be a Leon NPC that chases after the cop car, but on foot. Did you ever hear that story?
Huh?
You ever hear the story? Leon, when he was a cop, some
Heard a
kind of
couple
meth
of them.
addict stole his cop
Oh
car.
yeah. Probably why Leon was a cop.
Exactly. Watch out!
You
Watch
move away.
out!
You almost got me, and he's just like, "Oh, I'm just gonna follow Blaine."
Why is it coming after me? Dig furrow with hands. What's a furrow? Is that farming?
These guys spaced themselves out.
Leon was a cop. You can't imagine it. He was a cop. It's true. Yeah, I can't break this one either.
He his specialty was arresting people for violating bird laws.
Yeah, he's like Sasuke and Peeps, but less magic.
I was gonna say like Charlie Day, like Law and Order with him as the cop and Charlie Day as the bird law attorney. Ooh,
I'm so
now
weak.
I can do it. Guys are bunched up enough.
Can make some noise. Such an interesting view style this game uses. All right, watch out behind you.
Now everybody's gonna come running.
Everyone's a come running. Should I just get the car and just start driving over them?
It'll do damage to the car, so I mean it's gotta be something you're not really. And then if it turns off, these cars are notoriously unreliable and will at times just shut off on you.
Oh, do they?
Um,
Do you think there's one of these cops that has the key to the car?
uh,
Is that how this game works? Just randomly will give some cop the key to the car. Wow, that guy took forever. Is it a bellboy or is this supposed to be a cop?
that looks like a ranger,
Like a
They
forest
somehow-
ranger?
like a park ranger.
Oh, I see. Leave me alone.
Ah!
Run. I don't have much run.
I lost
'Cause
my
some
melee.
undead beings are getting fricked tonight. Yes, they are, George. Welcome, George Trahan. Always good to see you. Did you see the picture that someone posted on Twitter that I redid? Talking about how unskilled labor is an excuse for low wages. But in their unskilled labor photo was like a farmer and a bricklayer and like I'm like these are not unskilled trades. I don't know who told you
I heard.
being a farmer
No,
was
I haven't seen that. I
unskilled.
didn't see that. It popped up on my Facebook feed. A buddy of mine, who is a auto worker, like
Yeah.
up for one of the big three. Put that on theirs, and I'm sitting there like, but it is. If you can put this into
My bat
perspective,
broke and I can't run.
open box of shotgun shells. There we go. All right, hang on a second. I'll clear it out. I had a job where I put wood floors into utility trailers.
Okay.
All right. It took me 2 days to be fully trained on everything.
Okay.
That's
Just
that's
everything.
that's a low skill job. Now, can I be compensated extra because I do a really good job at it? Yeah. In fact, if the owner of the company told me, he goes, look, if you get to 50, if you do 50 floors on trailers, if you finish 50 trailers in a week, I'll pay you an extra $5 for every trailer you finish after that. And I was turning out like 70 a week sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So-
my comment was unskilled labor is the person that I pay to sweep the floors and they still mess that up.
Yeah.
Cuz it's like to me the unskilled labor is the person. Like a person who just will not learn, that cannot do or cannot is
Or
like
does not care.
incapable, doesn't care. How do I drink this? Where is it says disable auto drink? Oh, so I'll just automatically drink it. Good. Okay.
Yeah, do auto drink because
That makes sense. That's why my water bottle was empty. I was like, wait, I filled this up before I left.
it'll
Anyway,
gradually empty over time.
because it's like there are some people that just either don't care or won't do and won't learn, and you can tell them the simplest, most straightforward thing to do, and they still just come back somehow messing it up. And it's like, how do you mess this up? So in like my brain, like the unskilled labor part is the people who can't do the work. Because like there's some amount of skill that goes into any position, and if you get dang good at it enough, like if you got good enough at doing that job, you get enough of it done. If you want to, you lead to doing your own. You go like solo. You go contract work. You do so much with this company. The company is like, this guy can just handle it for like the entire week, and they take care of that. Like that kind of stuff does happen where you can actually like live off of some of these
It's a
unskilled
meme
positions
for
if you put
union
enough work
workers.
into it.
It's a meme for union workers and people who don't feel like they get paid enough for what they do, but normally there's a reason they don't.
Exactly. It's like the reason you don't get paid enough is probably you. Let me see if
And it is a charnel house out here.
just all the bodies outside of our
So many bodies.
fire. Here, this was unskilled. A farmer is unskilled, apparently. Also, baristas, like, that's a weird one too, because like, if you're a barista at Starbucks, your job is to put the cup underneath the machine and hit the button. Like, Starbucks baristas have very little skill to making their coffee. But if you go to some of these small shacks, and like, I'll pay, more than a Starbucks drink at some of these small shacks because they're hand pressing, they're getting everything right, the grinds are balanced, the pull is nice, and like the coffee is like naturally sweet. It's not like super gross and bitter or sour. Like it's actually like really high quality.
Yeah, it's what
So you
you
like
what you enjoy what you got out of it.
exactly, and you're like, yeah, I'll pay a little bit more for it to be better, and I'm sure they make more because of that.
Yeah, and it's not, to me, it's not like unskilled like, to me
This
it's
one's
not an
funny though,
excuse.
the Amazon guy pissing in a bottle. I had to laugh at that one.
It would be more like, I would understand this more of it. Unskilled labor isn't an excuse to look down on people. Like when I go to McDonald's
100%.
and order something, I'm polite and nice to these folks because I'm sure they don't get that a whole lot. And that just because you work a low skill job or a low end job doesn't mean that you're a bad person or you were asking for it or whatever. This is your lot in life. Who knows?
Yeah.
If you're friendly or whatever, and then there's the folks that really just get on my nerves. Our pharmacy is garbage. But apparently all pharmacies are garbage right now.
No.
And
Yeah, it's a like Pop is saying, right? Like unskilled labor would be a position for someone who does not have any secondary institution, whether that's a trade school that you go to or whether that's a college that you go to. That was like the term we had for unskilled labor. Uh, like a real estate agent would be an unskilled labor position in that sort of definition. So it's like you tweak your definition and suddenly it's like, oh, well, yeah, it has nothing to do with like the actual skill involved with something that somebody's doing, just how much education that we've put behind it, right? Which I think is, I mean, if everybody uses that definition, it works out. But everybody hears skill and they think, well, my job's hard. Well, it's hard to do my job. And it's like, okay, does that mean that your job can't be replaced by anyone else who wants to come in and do it? And if you start asking for too much, other people will be more viable than you?
again, like how long does it take to train you?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
I'm sorry, the better question, how long should it take to train you?
There's this estimate that used to go around in some of the business classes that I've been in that was replacement cost of a person is uh, like their year salary. Because depending on the company that you're working with, so you get rid of the one person, and so you're down productivity in that sector until you replace them. You then have anyone involved with the hiring process who has to review resumes, has to review work history, has to conduct the interview. Then you have the person you pair them with that's going to not be as productive as they teach them how to do the job. So then you're paying two people to do half the job, basically, and you start adding all these costs up. Just sort of estimate that whatever the
Just for the
position gets paid
disruption.
in a year is the disruptive cost of that firing. So, make sure fire people quickly. Like, don't let someone be in a position that they're not going to succeed at for longer than they have to be.
Yeah.
Like
Well, that's why the probationary period is important.
True. You think a meme is saying the opposite, meaning there is no such thing as unskilled worker? You know about the capitalist part though. Um, it could be, but the idea of it being like the meme I think that I was replying to was that unskilled labor is a way for us to pay someone less. But let's be honest. How many people can't pay for their college degrees because the college degree they got, their skilled labor position doesn't have any offerings and doesn't have any availability and they can't find a job in that sector or whatever it is. It's just because you have a educationally skilled ability doesn't mean that you have the option to work in a skilled position. So you could be making 100K a year and still feel like you're getting paid unskilled wages.
And don't I know it?
If you show the prospective employer that you have training tickets, they're more likely to hire you so they don't have to spend more money on you initially. Yeah, we don't do a ticket-based system in America that I'm aware of. I'm pretty sure our electricians and construction workers are all just like, hey, if ICE or the sheriff shows up, are you going to run? And if the answer is no, then you're hired. I was just say for monsters, werewolves are better. Werewolves are better. I am excited for the new Sonic 3. But I don't know what Sonic Prime Season 3 is. I don't know what any of that means, honestly. Other than I need a baseball bat. I need something.
Got
I don't
a
have any.
bulletproof vest. Do you have a bullet? You've got a bulletproof vest.
Yeah, I've got a bulletproof vest on.
That's right. I saw it on your.
It's bloody, but I got it.
You can wash them off.
Yeah, I'll wash everything.
I like how they got fanny packs
The cops or the zombies?
that you can wear.
Wash all clothing. Got my long socks. Ugh.
I'm looking for the armory around here.
Not trade tickets, but like CPR and first aid or forklift or oh, I see. Yeah, like certifications, what we call them on this side of the border. So like if you've got your certs. And I know people that do like Microsoft and Google have a ton of certifications that you can just go online and get that'll make it, something to show somebody. But at the end of the day, a lot of that ends up being just like resume boosting as opposed to like job getting, I feel. Unless like forklift cert and everything, that makes sense because I can't imagine that there's a big difference forklift to forklift. Like they've got to be fairly similar, right?
Oh, there, son. Are you forklift certified?
I'm not, but I have a feeling that if I was, I could drive any forklift. Kind of like getting into any car. I'm just like, I can drive any car. Like, I would be shocked if I sat behind the wheel and I was like, I don't know how to do this.
I don't know what I suddenly don't know what I'm doing.
I've driven a backhoe tractor, man. I can gosh dang do anything at this point. Big old Kubota B29 C. That is so much fun. You get in a tractor and you're like, all right, this is the forward, this is the back, and this thing controls it. And at first you're like moving it like one thing at a time, like you're just learning how to play Pac-Man. But then by the end of it, you're just sweeping through. It feels so good.
Just don't tip it back. That's what a lot of people don't realize, how much torque those things. I mean, it's just a torque machine.
Oh yeah.
That's the reason why it goes 2 miles an hour. But the diesel engine's like the length of the tractor.
I
am mega over encumbered right now, so this is me walking as fast as I can.
I'm going for a night jog so I can lose some weight.
I found
I'm 103.
I found the armory. I've got
nice.
Another shotgun. I got an M9 pistol. I got an MSR 788 rifle. I got 2
Why
of
does
them
everyone look at the
actually.
Stream Elements profile pic since it's smallest? Use the Star Wars Jedi logo? Because that's basically the Stream Elements logo. It's supposed to be... Guess what it's supposed to be? It's supposed to be a rocket ship. This is Stream Elements. Like, they're helping your stream take off. You're launching your idea, your vision.
I
But
guess.
that is like the Rebel, is it the Rebel logo that looks like that? Like that is a Star Wars logo whenever you see it. Especially the tiny gold version that they have in the stream chat. There's gonna be a Joker too with Lady Gaga. That'll be fun. For forklifts, there's sit-down style, stand-up style, and even telehandler.
Oh,
We
I
all
remember when
know
I remember the electric pallet jacks. Dude, I had
the
a job
crown
where I was
lifts.
working in a warehouse that I would, when I was a teenager, I would just tool around the entire warehouse with that. Hey, you guys need a pallet of magazines? All right, I'll go get it. Bzzz.
The ultimate where is it? Where is the ultimate attachment for your forklift?
A crane attachment for a forklift.
There's another
I
forklift.
think I called it the Widowmaker, and yeah, this is a close-up view of one of those things. And I mean, look how big those cylinders are. You probably got to refill the hydraulic tank 6 times the first time you plug this thing into your forklift. And now he's going to hook up a personnel carrier. No. So in case you missed it, this is it in all its glory. I also noticed that there's no attachment to the carriage there, so it's just held on by gravity, and you wouldn't get me in that thing on a bet. And
That's funny.
yeah, no, thank you. I choose life.
You ever been up in a cherry picker?
Oh yeah.
We used to use a cherry picker for doing the lights in our church because we did it one time with a ladder, and I was the sound guy's kid, so they were like, "Oh, you're small, you get on up there," and so these 2 guys were holding the ladder, and I was up at the top, and it's three stories I think up to the tall lights, and they moved a little, and the ladder fell by like half an inch. So not enough for me to fall off, not enough for me to get hurt, but it fell a little bit, and I was like, oh, like little like 11-year-old me was like, I almost died just now. Like,
Yeah.
so we rented cherry pickers from then on. But even the real cherry picker is terrifying. Like, imagine I got a bolt-on cherry picker for my forklift crane. Like, why would you do that?
Oh man. So we were at we used to do this kite flying day for the kids at church. But it was at one of the elders' farms.
Okay.
And he had these 2 huge German shepherds. And he played fetch with them with these just pieces of scrap pallet wood. And so they were playing with him, and then he handed it to me, and I just chucked that thing. And I threw it, trying to just throw it as far as I could, but I threw it on top of the barn roof. Or it wasn't not a barn, but like an equipment shed roof. So it's that metal tin roof. And
yeah,
he looked at me like
not quite corrugated, but
he looked at me like the dog looked at me, like, you idiot. We were having fun and you've ruined it. So he just walks away. Well, the next thing I know, he pulls over with a tractor-sized forklift. Could use them for like picking up bales of hay and stuff and stacking it.
gotcha.
And he's got a pallet on, and he goes, "You're gonna get it." I was like, "All right." So I just walked on. My wife is freaking out. He's gonna fall off. And meanwhile, I'm like, "This is so cool."
There is a level. What is the Dirty Jobs guy, Mike Rowe? I think he says safety third. Like, sometimes getting the job done and having fun needs to come before you think about safety. Like, sure, it's not the safest, but let's do this. Like, you think we would be around as like cool as we are if people were like, no, safety first. Like, we wouldn't have milk if we didn't think, well, why not?
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, we're going to the armory, or where are you?
Yeah, I think I'll head back there and grab. There's most of the stuff's picked up by now, but
Okay. Is this your pace now?
I'm not trying to lose weight. I'm a healthy size, so
Oh,
I
yeah, I'm
can
trying to
I
get
can.
my sprinting skill is at 54 out of 75, so I'm hoping to improve it.
Oh, I got a nightclub. I'm ready to oppress everybody.
Oppress or impress?
Yes.
Impress this nightclub in their face. Get hit, zombie. Fall down. There you go.
What's your fitness level? Fitness dig in your mouth.
Fitness level 4. But I've got a lot to go before I reach 9,000.
Oh yeah, I don't even think of it. I don't even plan on. I've never upgraded at fitness.
There's one around the corner here.
These guys in here just crawling around here. There's one in there. Don't climb through windows without removing the glass. Like, not just breaking the glass, but removing it, or you'll cut yourself.
Oh, so you don't cut yourself? That makes sense.
Yeah. Where did all these jokers come from? Oh, there's an open door.
Okay.
Yeah,
this
Jujutsu
door?
Kaisen. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Looks great.
And the intro to the last season that I'm watching. Great. Great. Like I said, there's so much that I enjoy about it. I just wish I knew where the story was. I have no idea. Like, there was some plot twist that happened, and I'm sitting there going, like, what? Why?
I watched like a guy explain like, for those who don't read the manga, here's what we're getting ready for, and like what he described, I was like, oh, that sounds pretty interesting. Like I'm down for that.
Have you watched it at all yet?
The entirety of season 2.
Okay.
Why can't I disassemble? Oh, I need a hammer. Okay.
Did you figure out what was going on?
During, like, while I was watching it, like, I knew what was happening. Like, I knew who was fighting who.
Yeah, but like,
I knew that they were fighting, but I wasn't exactly sure why. Because at first I thought it was just like, oh, we're just curses that like want to have our curse way. But after knowing more about like the thing in the brain hole,
Yeah.
it was like, okay, I mean, there's got to be something else happening here, but they don't
I'm
tell
hoping
you
they
what's
go back
coming
and
next.
kind of tell that story, because
He
it was
just says
like, oh, yeah.
all right, everything's ready, and you're like, ready for what? And then all of a sudden there's a hole in the middle of Japan, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, and like, nope, like at times nobody knows it's there, and then other times everybody knows it's there.
Yeah, you're like, okay, we got some sort of disinformation thing going on. But
Openings,
like, oh, there's a whole crowd coming.
I got it. This looks like a job for a street sweeper.
Looks like Ithaca's finally found his place. Oof.
I'm probably out. Yep.
I do love that it's called Ithaca and Sons. Hole in Japan, what's Goku doing? Yeah. It's a weird one.
And the whole premise behind that, I'm like, I hope they're going with somewhere with this, because otherwise I would hate for that hole in Japan to be pointless, just because, oh, we just wanted to show things off.
It sounds interesting based on what the guy said the comic is, or the manga does next. I was like, okay, that's pretty interesting as far as like an idea goes. But yeah, it is like zero setup. It really feels like the editor was like, oh, your main character guy is like way too strong, so let's get rid of him and let's figure out how to make him not a factor because people are not
He
happy or
literally
excited
breaks
by
the
your
game,
show. Yeah, and
which
so
is
we have a
hilarious too.
flashback. So he's like, okay, well, I've got this backstory I could tell. We figure out where to go with the story. They figure out where to go with the story, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, here we are. Uh-oh.
And that's the other thing. Like the characters are fun and compelling. Like I said, Toto is one of my favorite characters in anime. Period.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
because he's such a bro.
Clappy bro.
Yeah.
Did you shoot out this light, or did it just die?
It got dark.
I thought the street light just went out.
Might have.
Oh, what's going on, IJP? Has us on in the back while he's editing. Oh, yeah, you are a member. That means you get access to the special members-only Discord channel.
Crap. I forgot to put the rest of my... I'm out of bullets.
Oh, I'm running.
I want to. Keep running. That was the only round. That was the only bullet I had left.
That was all I got. Oh, my character. I got heavy breathing. I need to take a break.
JJK, look, Nico, JJK is fun to watch. It is not Lord of the Rings, but if you like good artwork and animation, if you like characters and banter between them that is fun, you are going to enjoy the show.
Yeah, and it's like the editor talk is always too real because that's how it usually goes. You look at Dragon Ball Z, right? And Cell is literally Toriyama's editor. He's like, I hate you. I'm gonna make you the bad guy in the next one because they would fight all the time about stuff.
It was just like Dr. Evil in Austin Powers was Lorne Michaels.
Exactly. So it happens, and it can make for good shows. But the problem is when your editor gets like too much control, or you aren't really sure where you want to go with your story, and suddenly it takes off, and you're like, "Oh shoot, I was just drawing like, funny, silly stories for a few people in my dojin circles. I don't know what to do now."
Nico, do you mean the gorilla that's actually a panda that turns into a gorilla sometimes?
No, I think he means Toto.
Is he talking about Toto, who is awesome? I just loved it. Toto. I didn't know what to think about him at first, but then he was just like, "Oh, we like the same type of woman. We're bros forever."
Exactly.
And he's not like unironically, and he's committed to it.
What do you mean Cell is ruined? Why would Cell be ruined? Cell is the author being like, I hate you. I'm making you the bad guy. Like, I think that's great.
Yeah.
that's fantastic. It's when the editor got in the way, like during what was the... Was it just the beginning of the Android arc? I think it was the beginning of the Android arc. I think that was what the main problem points were. Raggedy Ann and Andy are the final villains. Do it again, Tori.
Gotta eat something.
I just had some snacks.
If we stashed any food away, I can't remember.
Yeah, there's a ton of food in the kitchen.
Okay.
We got
Anybody find
honey,
a
pancake
can opener
mix?
yet?
What?
Anybody get a can opener?
Yeah, we got 2 can openers.
Always carry one on you.
Ooh,
Carry it in your
Ford.
backpack, and that way when you come up to one, you can open it, and it'll automatically pull the can opener out of your backpack, open it, and put the can opener back in your backpack.
Gotcha. His ex-editor kept telling him that his villain sucked, so he kept changing it. Cell Saga was good, but Majin Buu dragged on so long. Yeah, Majin Buu's a weird one. The idea, I think, to start of taking the other characters and making them evil so that they can defeat Goku is a fun way to like set up and start your things. But then once Boo splits and you start getting the happy fun Boo and the evil Boo, that's when it starts being like, if this was a creature of pure evil that was using evil from other people to grow, why did it have the fun, happy part in the first place? This doesn't make a lot of
Maybe they
sense.
get fun and happiness, have fun and enjoy happiness by being evil.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole Boo saga was just, I think it was more confusing, and it's like I don't really think that him telling us how it works would have helped at all, but it was also not
Well,
not
I actually
exactly cohesive.
I actually only got to the beginning of the Cell arc before life got in the way and I went off to the army and stuff like that. Because
Yeah.
when I started watching Dragon Ball Z, literally the only episodes they had was um up to Goku beating Vegeta. And then we got the Frieza saga.
Oh, okay.
And they were like the big deal was when Dead Zone they aired Dead Zone,
Gotcha.
one of the movies. And so I never actually really finished Dragon Ball Z. Never saw
Uh,
the introduction. Never
I
really
would
got
I
the
wouldn't go
introduction
back.
of
Maybe
Trunks.
watch Kai because Kai shortens it up to just the manga, so you're not dealing with lots of filler episodes.
I mean, I'd like to watch it. I started watching. Me and my son, when he was much younger, started watching the original Dragon Ball, which I thought was cool in a campy sort of way.
Gotcha.
Drop that off.
Oh, how do we get spears? Because I got some
Oh,
tree
that's
limbs.
easy. If you've got a knife and you've got a plank, a wooden plank,
A
you can
wooden
make
plank,
a
not a.
spear. And those things, it's not good in a crowd, but like when you've got them kind of lined up, it's killer because you can one hit zombies with it if at times.
I think we only have the one can opener.
You do now because I got the other one in my backpack.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Ears are definitely, and that's a mechanic that they're improving and apparently in the next update.
Next oop-dot.
Let's see.
Chips, hammer, battery, saw. What about twigs? Can I use the twigs or something? I can make a
You can
campfire kit.
make. I think you can make fishing rods out of the twigs.
Hmm. It only says I can make campfire kit, and I have.
And
I
you can
am.
do campfire stuff with it too.
Make a sturdy stick out of the. Oh, that was you. Ugh. I thought that was a zombie coming up, man.
Oh yeah, you'll get a lot of you'll start
Scare me
experiencing
like
that on a
that.
regular basis.
All right, I'm gonna make a sturdy stick here. Okay, sturdy stick. You get 8 sturdy sticks actually. But then I need a knife to be able to carve it. Do we have a knife of any kind? Box of nails. Club hammer. Oh, a hammer. I'm gonna grab this hammer. Oh, we have kitchen knife. Okay, kitchen knife.
Part of my complaint, as a kid and a teenager watching Dragon Ball Z was the repetitiveness and then just the dead space episodes
Oh yeah, yeah.
where
There's a
it's just
lot of.
there was a lot of nothing's going on. I would rather a filler arc. I enjoyed filler arcs of Bleach more than those episodes. It's just like, why do you do this? I feel like you're just wasting your animation time.
Is that you? Yeah, I think Dragon Ball Kai definitely fixed that, where it was, um, Just way better at the here is. How do I attach to belt left? No. Okay. It's not not it's not just a sturdy stick and a knife, I guess. But Dragon Ball Kai follows the manga much closer, and it's able to really get better when it comes to. Oh, I can drill the plank.
I want to. Who?
Oh, I can
Why
make a
is
spear
it
now.
impossible to find the original Full Metal Alchemist show?
Because everybody creamed their jeans over the Brotherhood,
Yeah.
and they're like, this is the only one that matters. So that's the only one that anybody ever shares or has around. I'm of like minds. I'm not a big fan, honestly. Like I think it's good. It's nice that we have it, but I do like the original. I like the way it was laid
I
out
have
and
not
designed.
watched Brotherhood. Only just started watching the first episode of it, just because I've started watching it and then got distracted before, and I'm like, okay, well, I should sit down and watch this.
Okay, now I've got a spear. I'm gonna bring a
But
hammer.
the beginning of it, when it picks up, I'm like, the first Full Metal Alchemist kind of answers the question of who they are in the first, 2 minutes. They make the big mistake trying to resurrect their mom.
Yeah, I think Brotherhood demands that you've seen the original, personally. Now that may not be technically true because if you keep watching, you'll get all the answers you need if you watch Brotherhood. But I think the original definitely, like you said, it sets everything up really well.
Does the girl still get turned into a dog though?
Of course. Disassemble. Oh, it has items in it? Oh. Place. Oh, wait. Do I just grab all?
Oh yeah, I was supposed to show you the rest of the armory. And we have killed so many people. 224 kills on my end.
I think I'm boosting my carpentry right now. On my end, I have killed 51. You haven't watched Kai in years, but I remember people saying that some scenes were made worse because they changed the music so much. Yeah, they definitely changed quite a bit. Grab nails and scrap wood. Mike Boland's inventory. Do you need cigarettes?
Man, I don't smoke. I know it's the 80s, but I'm on the Barbara Bush. Don't
I
do
got
drugs.
eyes makeup as well. We could play with foundation makeup. Matches seem useful. Scrap wood. Scrap wood seems not useful, but also might be useful.
It's not. I mean, I haven't really needed it. There's so much actual planks and logs that you can just cut down and make that scrap wood ends up being kind of extraneous.
Okay, yeah. So taking these apart gives me 2.5 XP for each half of the table.
Yeah, that's really what you're getting out of it is just the XP from taking it apart.
Yep. Which is, I think fine. Personally, I don't know. Should I not?
Did you not?
Well, should I not?
Should
Like,
you
is there a reason to need the desks?
No.
Oh,
In fact, you could look at it as now that's not in the way as much. There's less.
Less bloat.
There's less obstacles, hindrances.
The price to pay for less filler is different music. Sounds like a good deal to me. I think so. OGFMA has a better introduction episodes, but Brotherhood has a better overall story and characters. I get it. Like the ending of the original feels like it comes out of nowhere, but I still feel like the ending of the original made sense to me when I was watching it, whereas the ending of Brotherhood, it was a little more like, okay, because it goes a little too much into the inhuman part of alchemy, whereas the original, like part of the charm of the original was that it was humans and our greed and our desire, the seven deadly sins of wanting more of all this stuff that led to all of these problems through alchemy. That it wasn't that alchemy was bad, it's that we were using it in a way that we were trying to get more out of it than we should.
Yeah, I never
And
saw the movie, Nico.
it really felt like we lost that. The OG movie was pretty good. It definitely, I think if you watched the original, you know what is going to be in the movie. But watching the movie is kind of nice to have like, oh, okay. So it is how it works.
It doesn't ruin the story like the Kenshin movie does.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't ruin the story. It literally is, you're like, oh, I'm guessing the other side is like our world. And then it's just him in our world. And you're like, oh, okay. Yeah, this adds up.
I wonder if they'll retcon the old Kenshin ending
Nah.
in the new one.
We'll see. I mean, the
'Cause
whole
I know it
point of
wasn't
the
very
new one is that
popular.
they follow the manga, but... And I mean, Japan forgave the dude, so, like, they're gonna make it. Ooh, I am actually getting a call that I need to end the stream
All right, I gotta
for.
go to bed.
So, everyone, thank you. I'm gonna run my character's butt back to our base and wrap
I'm gonna
up
disappear
this.
into the ether.
Thank you. Thank you, Stu, as always, for playing some Zomboid with me.
Always
Very
fun.
fun. The game started out not fun. Now that I've learned carpentry is as easy as taking apart desks, I think I'm gonna start the building, and then the next goal is find the fishing pond because I'm a man who loves to fish, and that'll be when the game really starts for me. Everyone, thank you for watching the Escape Corner, for hanging out here, talking about anime. We had a lot of reviews today because we had a long weekend after no stream on Monday, so hope that was everything Alex Moore wanted it to be. And Stu, what do you got? What do you got next?
More
Psalm
Psalms tomorrow.
88? How far are we now? Rest.
Psalms 59 and 60.
59 and 60.
We're in
So,
the, as I call it, the second trimester of Psalms.
nice. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Go have some fun, and I'll catch you next time. Kampai.
Good night, chat.